Hey guys, welcome back. First I'm going to show you a little bit of the product itself, how it came out, how it looks right now. I am going to be, here in just a moment, on camera, applying some leather firmer from Weaver. It's going to darken this up quite a bit, I'm assuming. But it's gonna really firm this up. You know, right now it's it's still hard, but a little flappy there. A couple of things I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I only bought a little bit. I don't need to do a ton of holsters. I have a few I might try, but primarily gonna stick with this one for now. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour some of this into a big bag. They say to dunk it and submerge it completely, so I'm gonna put some in the bag. I'm gonna shake it up, really saturate the whole thing. And then when I pull it out, obviously I'll use gloves. I'm going to then wrap the holster back around my firearm. And then this here is just like a card, like a hard card. You could get at a gas station. You could use a credit card if you want, but I wouldn't. And I've kind of just taken a cut of some microfiber cloth, and I've tacoed over both sides, so there's a little bit more squishy cushion on both sides than there is in the middle. I'm going to lay this soft side against the firearm side of the holster, and then the flat hard side against the belt side of the holster, so that hopefully I can maintain flatness on the back, but really squish up against the gun here for a good squishy hold. And so after I dunk this, when I prep it to dry, when I just sit it out, I'm going to, I don't know, I might use a thin membrane of plastic on both sides so that it's not making direct contact, but I'm going to create a bed of microfiber towels here. I'm going to put an extra cushion on the rear end of the pistol, again, to really just squish this portion down here, because I want that to be a little tight to the frame. This is fine. So I'm going to put a little more squishy cushion in the back so it has more room to squash. I've got a large box that's more than the size of the piece so that I can compress the whole thing, and then I'll put some weight on top. Last time when I wet formed it, I used a couple of books. This time I might use I got like a 10-pound weight plate that I might just sit on top of it, and I'm gonna leave it for a couple hours to dry, and then that'll be that. Honestly, what I might do is I'll use some of my plastic wrap, and I'll just throw a sheet down on the microfibers, put the holster down, throw another sheet, and then put the bedding of microfibers on top, and then I'll put my weight. But cool, that's how this is gonna go. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my left side glove on. You never know what you're gonna run into working with a new chemical. I don't know what this is, and I'm tempted to smell it straight out of the bottle, but I know that that's not a good idea. Don't do that. I'm gonna bring my basin right on over here. I'm gonna do just a little shy of half of the bottle right now. I think that'll be good to start with. Let me go ahead. I'll fold that over so the exhaust fumes do not escape as quickly. Put my second rubber glove on. I'm gonna unsnap these snaps as well so that the stuff just gets in every crease and crevice. Shake the whole thing up real well. Okay. And then take the whole thing out. Shake it off real good. Ooh, I'm dripping everywhere. That's all right. Looks like it relivened some of the dye. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mess. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna clean some of this off my workspace. This is my bed of microfibers. Go ahead and get out my protective coat of saran wrap so there's not just chemicals laying all over my microfibers. I'm going to stuff my firearm into the holster. And this stuff has totally saturated the holster. I'm taking instructions directly from Weaver. This is exactly how they intended for this stuff to be used. Maybe not in a Ziploc bag, but what do I want to do? I'll put this side down so that most of the weight is focused downward. I need another sheet of plastic. There we go. I'm just gonna gently lay that over the top here. Give it a real good, convincing sit. And then on the borders here, just to build up some of that support. And give it a couple more rags all around. And then I'm gonna get my box. The box just gonna sit right over the top of the piece. I think for good measure, give it a good 25-pound plate. Now I'm going to let this stay for quite a bit. I don't know how long I should wait. Pretty sure Weaver said like 6 hours or something like that, so maybe I'll give it quite a bit of time. I'll give it most of the day. But I will get this sucker stripped. I will test it, see how hard it is, and then maybe I'll make a short on that. But thank you. All right, I'm back. It's been a couple of hours. I'm gonna pull all this stuff off. See how it's looking. I did already peel that plastic. I waited probably about an hour. I peeled all the plastic off. And then I came back and I reseated and made sure it was sealed up properly inside of the holster. Yeah, it's definitely stiff. Just gonna disconnect the straps for now so that they're not stuck together. I don't want them to be stuck. Looks like some of this has transferred to the tape as well, which is fine. I assumed some of it would transfer to the tape. This is it's wrapped with saran wrap or plastic wrap, cling wrap, whatever, underneath as well, because I assumed there would be the risk of some chemical penetration. Again, that's part of the process. Usually you can lose some color and maybe mess up some color, make it a little darker. I'm not concerned with it being darker. I think it's pretty all right. I think it's nice. I did lose a tiny bit of color there as well, but once it's all said and done, I should be able to buff this up a little bit. There's some nice, slick, shiny spots, but I think that after I get in here with a good brush and I work on cleaning up the surface, I think that I can make that look really nice. I think what it is it's just whatever this material is. It probably not only saturated the leather, but some of it's caked up and dried on the surface, and it was making contact. It was making contact with that plastic, and yeah, I just assumed that some of that'll come off when I brush it, when I clean it. But feels pretty good. It's still very, very lightly damp, but it's only been a couple of hours. This did turn out the way I wanted it to. It is pretty flat on this side, and then conforms pretty nicely to the inside of the shape that of the gun, you know. This all kind of lays much more flat on the side of the pistol, and maybe it's because it was kind of stuck, but I'm not going to concern myself with that. I don't care why it looked the way it did. It looks like this now. I'm still very pleased with these results. I mean, even for being wet-ish, still damp, this feels really solid. It feels good. Feels a little harder than a wet form. I may be mistaken, but I don't know. Cool. I'm going to try and patch this video into the last video. It'll probably end up being about 9 or 10 minutes, but I'll get around to, well, I won't. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll get around to polishing it up. Cool. Thank you. Have a good one.